watch this interview in such a way as if you are being interviewed and I am directly asking questions to you. If you do this, your practice will be very effective and you will perform very well in the actual interviews. And if you want to ace your front-end interviews, then you need to practice JavaScript and React very well. You need to know all the fundamental concepts, all the behind scenes things in React and in JavaScript. And I have made a full dedicated course on JavaScript and React. If you understand Hindi, then my JavaScript and React course will be very beneficial for you. You will not find such in-depth courses on the internet, be it free course or paid course. This course is the most comprehensive JavaScript and React course that you will find on the internet. And the best part of our course is it is completely free of cost. You will find all my courses completely free of cost on my Hindi YouTube channel. So I will provide the links to all courses in the description below. Please do check them out. Now let's start the interview.
Hi, Anita.
Yes, hello. Hi Harsh, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also good. Okay, so introduce yourself, then we'll start the interview.
Okay. So my name is Harsh Kumar and I'm from New Delhi. Currently, I'm working in a startup as a front-end engineer, and I have 1 year of experience in React, HTML, CSS,
Okay,
Next.js also, and Tailwind. Yeah.
okay, that's good. So if I ask you to rate yourself in JavaScript and React, how many points will you give yourself?
So I think it will be around 8
Okay, in both?
in both. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so in this interview, we will mainly focus on JavaScript and React. So first, I will ask you some theoretical questions, and then some output-based questions, and then I will ask you to implement
Okay.
something, writing code.
Okay.
Okay. So, can you tell me what are pure functions in JavaScript?
Yeah, so basically pure functions, not in JavaScript, in generally are the functions that don't change anything that is outside of the scope of the function.
Yeah.
So basically they take some input as parameters and they perform something operations based on those parameters, but they do not change these parameters or anything that is outside of the scope of that function.
Yes. Correct. So, yeah, that is correct. And what is do you know lambda functions?
Yeah, basically lambda functions are anonymous functions that generally don't have a name, and we can use them. We can we can basically use the direct reference of them, and one example I can think of is the callback functions that we directly pass to any other function, or ifs are also one of an example of lambda function.
Okay. Okay. And array dot slice and array dot splice. These are two methods of array.
Yeah.
So, what is the difference?
Okay, so the first the first difference is that array dot slice basically takes up part of sub part of the array and returns a new array as which is the part of the whole array based on the index. So first index is inclusive, and the second index that we pass to the function is exclusive. That is common in both the cases. But sorry, in splice, what we have is that we specify the index, the starting index from which we have to remove the elements, and the second parameter is the number of elements that we want to remove, and there is also a third parameter that is basically to specify which elements can be placed in at that index. And also there is a difference that slice returns a new array, whereas a splice does it in place.
Okay. Yeah, that is correct. So, slice Method creates a new array and returns, and splice modifies the original array.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. What are higher order functions?
So basically, higher order functions use the concept of closures, and they are just the functions that either take any other function as a parameter or returns a function.
Okay, that's true. So, do you know object-oriented programming, classes, prototypes?
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you explain me what are prototypes in JavaScript?
So basically, JavaScript is a multi-paradigm language, and it somehow implements the object-oriented programming, not exactly the object-oriented programming, using the prototypal inheritance. So basically, what the prototype is that it is what I somehow use analogy to understand this is that it can be considered as a bag that is attached to any of the objects, and it contains the extra properties that can be accessed by the object that is attached to. And it can also have a prototype which we can consider as a bag inside of a bag.
Yeah.
And basically the outer object will have access to basically these properties that are inside of the prototype are not directly visible to the in the outer object, but the outer object will have access to all the properties of its prototypes.
Yes, that is correct. So, do you know factory functions?
Yes, basically factory pattern in JavaScript is used to create a function. It used to there is just a function that returns multiple, that is used to return object.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is
So
correct.
it just returns
Yeah,
object, and it is just a factory.
yeah. So, constructor function and factory functions both return objects, right?
Mm,
So, what is
yeah.
difference?
So the main difference in constructor function is that okay. So the one difference I can guess is that the type, basically the constructor of the object that is returned by a constructor function is the constructor function itself. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say I
Hmm.
create a constructor function as a person, and
Hmm.
it returns as a object. Then if I console log that object that is returned by the constructor function, then it is not of the type object, but it is of the type person. It is just like in the classes, if we
Hmm.
create a class. And in factor function is just yeah, it is just a function that where we manually create an object and set its properties to the from the parameters, and it just returns a new.
Yeah, that is true. How do we set properties and methods on a constructor function? Like,
So
not
basically
on a
in
constructor function, the object which a constructor
yeah,
function returns.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got you there.
Hmm.
So we can use this, and it we don't have to return anything. We can take parameters, and using this we can set the properties to the objects that are returned by the constructor function, and this always refers to the objects that are being returned by the constructor function.
Yes. Any other major difference?
Between factory function and
Yeah.
constructor function. Okay, factory function and user function. Sorry, I'm not able to recall.
Yeah. The way we call, is there any
Okay,
difference?
yeah. There's a major, yeah. That's also a difference, that we can call the constructor functions with the new keyword, whereas with factor functions they are just normal functions that return.
Yes, that is also one major difference.
Yeah.
And if we don't call a constructor function with a new keyword, then what will happen?
Okay, I've not tried this one, but I guess it Okay, if we call some other function with the new keyword, then it gives an error that it is not a constructor function and we cannot call it with new keyword. But I haven't tried this one.
Okay, so like that means there are two category of functions, another function and constructor function, like just you told, like.
Uh,
So how do we create those two different category of functions?
uh, l-
Yes.
functions, I didn't get your question.
Yeah, like how do we create a constructor function? Normal functions, you know how to create it, right?
Yeah,
Just function keyword and create it.
yeah.
How do we create a constructor function?
Yeah, we can create a constructor function also the same way. It's just that inside of it, we just the main difference is how the properties, the this keyword using the function, we can create a constructor function with the function keyword only, and inside of it, this can be used to assign the property.
Yes, that is correct. Actually, there are only functions, and if we call any function using new keyword, it will not give an error. Okay, maybe some some internal JavaScript functions that may give error that it is not a constructor function because they have added some
Mhm.
validation or something. But normally, if you create a function, you can call it without a new keyword. You can also call it with a new keyword. If you call it with the new keyword, it will create a new object and return that object. It doesn't matter if you set any property or not, it will return an empty object.
Yeah.
If you call it without any new keyword, it will behave like a normal regular function and it will return
Okay.
anything which you have returned from the object.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Uh,
I've read this. But okay.
yeah, it's okay. Now, okay, so let's say if we are using constructor function, if we want to set some common property, like common method, how we will set using constructor function?
Okay, so that the one thing that I'm sure of is that we can assign that property to the prototype of the prototype,
Hmm.
basically. Okay, so I actually knew this a long time before, and I've read that. Okay, so let me explain this to you. There are two things happening in case of constructor functions. There's a prototype, and
Yeah.
there's a prototype of the objects that are being returned by the constructor function. That is, those properties can be accessed via the underscore underscore proto underscore underscore.
Yeah.
So basically, okay, so we have to set the properties to the objects that are being returned to them, and we can set by, I guess, by this dot underscore underscore proto underscore underscore, but that is not the correct way to do it because it has performance issues. I have read somewhere, and there is another method to do the same thing, but I'm not able to recall it properly.
Yes. So basically, any function in JavaScript has a
Yeah,
prototype property.
yeah,
Like you just create any function, just hello,
yeah, yeah,
that's it. It
yeah,
has a
yeah,
prototype property on it. So by default it is empty. It does not have. It is an object. Okay.
yeah,
So by default it is empty, but we can add more methods or property, anything we want to it. So we can just give, let's say our function name is hello. So hello dot prototype, and then because prototype is an object, then if we want to add some method, so dot
yeah,
get name
yeah,
equal to some function. So we can assign, if we assign it to the function, to that function, it will be accessible through the prototype of every object that is created using that function. So
okay,
it will be assigned to underscore underscore proto
yeah,
underscore under. It
yeah,
is very
yeah.
difficult name.
Oh, yeah, I have
So
to say.
yeah. So every object has that property, so it will be assigned to
Yeah.
that. Okay, and we assign to function.prototype.
Okay.
Yes, that is good. Okay, so you used classes also.
Not very frequently, but yeah, I've used classes. Basically, it is just a syntactical sugar around the prototype.
Yes, so just one question: what will be the type of function if we check using type of operator? What will be its type?
Type of function,
Type of class. Sorry.
type of class.
Yeah.
Okay, so type of class. So not exactly sure, but I guess the name of the class.
No, like
It will be a function then.
yeah, it will be function. So because classes are functions behind the scenes,
Yeah.
so its type is function. Okay, now can you share your screen and I will send you some outward based questions.
Yeah. So is my screen visible?
Yes, I can see your screen. I have sent you the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. I can see the question.
Okay, okay.
I guess the array will be empty.
Yeah, that is correct. Okay. Can you explain why it will be empty?
Okay, so arrays are also objects in JavaScript, and it is a it's just the behavior because we can it provides us the uh, ability to set the length of the array, and yeah, I've used in somewhere in the code, and I remember that we can empty an array by just setting the length of the array 0.
Yes, that is correct. Okay, you know object.freeze and
Yeah.
object.seal, these things.
Yeah.
Okay, so if let's say there is an object,
Mm,
user object inside it, we have ID property
mm,
and name, age, these properties we have.
yeah.
So if we use object.freeze, then what will happen on
Okay,
that
so
object?
basically with object.freeze, we cannot change these properties that are already assigned to the object. Also, we cannot add new properties to the object.
Yes, that is correct. Now, but if I want only ID to be freezed, I don't want whole object to freeze. I want only ID to be read only, not writable.
Okay, yeah. So we can do that using the define property object.define property of the object,
Okay.
and there are the three things that we can that of every object every property of every object is configurable. That is,
Hmm.
with every property we can assign that it is writable, it is configurable, and it
Yeah.
is there is
So I've
some.
sent you one object. Can
Yeah.
you make its ID property not writable? Just copy it and paste it in VS Code and write that code which you are telling.
Okay. Okay. So we have already set up
Yeah.
the.
So can you zoom your VS Code
Yeah. Is it visible properly?
one more time? Yeah. Yeah. That's good. You can close that
Okay.
HTML file. Yes.
I'll just.
Yeah. That's
Okay. Anyhow, so if I have to freeze just the ID, so what
yeah.
I'll do is I'll create ID freeze of user, and it will be then
So we don't need to make a new copy.
okay, so
In the,
I am okay. You are asking me to do it in place
yeah, in place.
to this object only. Okay, with the new copy, I can do that. But let's check if I can do the same with the user dot id. Okay, so I need to check the. I need to check if there is something in the protocol to do the same.
Can you zoom your console also?
Mhm. Just I will see. Is it visible to you?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. Let's see something inside here. What I do is I don't perfect it. Perfect is enumerated.
You can Google the syntax if you want. Like,
Sorry,
if you want, you
syntax.
can Google the syntax. You know those property names. You can Google it.
Okay.
Don't Google how to freeze one key.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
no, I'm not
because
gonna
you will
do
get the
that.
exact answer.
Yeah. Object dot define. Okay. Property descriptor. That one property descriptor. Can I see what get on property descriptor?
Yeah, you can check.
Yeah, so I think I will do this. Okay, and if I'm not wrong, this should be the third parameter. Is there any third parameter?
No, there is no third.
Okay,
This is just for getting those details. This is
okay.
not for setting.
So I can ID description of writable and configurable. Also, I'm a little bit confused between writable and configurable.
It's okay.
Well, I can see that also. Difference between writable and configurable. Yes. Yeah. Okay. If writable to polygon we can read only enumerable is a configurable okay deleted. Okay. So you want me to just freeze the value or you want me to be able
Yeah,
to the
both
user to be able to delete or not?
writable and configurable both should be false.
Okay. So if I just if I just Let's do user dot id. Okay, so it's simple id and the object should be user, and it will be, if I do this 456 and console dot log user, and it should not change. Okay, let me change. I have
Yeah, it's okay. Don't let's not give too much time to it.
okay.
You're just missing the syntax,
Yeah,
but you knew it. That is enough. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So you know debouncing.
Yeah.
So
So basically,
yeah,
should I explain?
yeah. Tell me the difference between debouncing and throttling.
Okay. So basically, what happens in the bouncing is that there is an event that is the that triggers some, let's say, some API code or anything. Let's say if the user types, and according to that we have to make an API code. So we have to track the input event, and whatever uh, time delay we have set in case of debouncing, it it discards all the other events that are being okay. So if a user types a, so let's say 300 milliseconds of time frame is there. So now the 300 milliseconds of time frame will be set whenever user types a, and if user again types anything in between those 300 milliseconds, then the time frame will be reset to that point. And once the user has done the typing, and from the last input it has been 300 milliseconds, then only it will make the API call.
Yes.
But in case of throttling, what happens is that whatever time delay we set, it will definitely make API calls if in after that time frame, if the user has done anything, and it will take just the last event triggered, and no, and it will just discard the other events before that. So that is the
Okay.
main difference between throttling and debouncing.
Okay. So can you tell me one example for both? For
Okay.
for debouncing, you told already one example. Let's say if user is typing.
Okay. So in throttling also, let's take the same example, or yeah, let's take the same example. If user types anything, then in every 300 milliseconds there will be an API call. If user types just a, then also there will be a call in 300 milliseconds. And if in, let's say, in the 300 milliseconds user types ABCD.
Hmm.
Okay, so at 299 milliseconds, the user has typed a D. So
Hmm.
the API call will contain the ABCD, the last response,
Yes.
and all the other responses will be taken in the next iteration. So it will be like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, that is correct. Okay, I will send you one question. You have
Yeah.
to guess its output.
Okay.
So just
One, two, three, four, five.
don't paste in VS Code. Just try to answer it
Okay.
here itself.
I have to one. Two. I think it is not valid to use another parameter after the rest parameter. I think that rest parameter should be the last one. It
Yeah, that
should.
is correct. So what will happen in this case?
I'm not exactly sure, but it might give some error.
Yes, it will give error. That is correct. Okay. Now let's move to React part and
Okay.
implement something. Okay. So
Okay.
if you have a React project, you can open it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've set up it already.
Okay. So
It's just a basic one. Wait, hold on.
the task is you have to create one timer. Okay,
Okay.
let's say it will start. We can make it countdown like reverse from
Okay.
100 seconds. It will start counting and come to 0 and stop. Okay,
Okay.
so you need to make that, but the difference is we will create two pages. One is home page and another is counter page. On home page we will have one link to go to the counter page, and when we'll go to the counter page the counter will start. Okay, so we need to make that, so you can
Okay.
start.
Okay. So I think we need React Router doing for
Yeah, you can install that.
other things. Okay, so let's see what is the difference here. Hmm, methods here. Yeah. So in the main, it's restricted mode. Should I comment the restricted mode?
Yeah, you can just remove it. Can you zoom this also? It is very
Okay,
zoomed
okay.
out. You can close the terminal. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
you can reduce. Yeah, so you have 30
Okay.
minutes. You can check the time now. Within 30 minutes
Okay.
you need to implement it.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay if you forget the router
Yeah,
syntax.
yeah.
You can Google it. You can Google how to implement routing in React, because you don't write routing every day, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why you will forget.
Yeah. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I'll be
And
making two components.
yeah, let us leave this for home component. Our div is home component. Let's imagine. Okay, just make one counter
Okay.
component and
Okay.
define path slash counter.
Okay. X. Okay. Um,
Add one link on the home. Yes. Now you need to write the logic for counter.
Okay, so first state. So it should start from
0. From 30,
100.
let's say 30. Do it 10. Make it 10. It should be. It should stop also. We should see.
Yeah. So it's count.
Or let's make it reverse. Start from 0 and keep it to going up to 100.
Okay. Start the counting. So I just need to what it will return the set interval every 1 second for 20,000. Every 1 second of what to do is to set. Okay. And let's see as well. Okay, but the catch is where should I stop this?
You can stop it on 100 or 10, any number. It
Okay.
should be at least more than 10.
No. Yes, C. Let's say C is C. Let's say count is not 15 books. Then I will do and I will stop the timer, and stopping the timer means returning. Okay, so clear, clear, and Okay, it's basically here I'm missing something. It's count is there. User factor will be there. Start counting value to be return करेगा set interval और ये यहाँ पे भी कर सकते हैं ये चीज़ यहाँ पे ये बस इसका इंक्रीमेंट करता है start counting and go for checking that is also side effect yes effect and found it found interval rep अच्छा इसमें जाएगा कैसे और ये note yes squeeze the condition fine for now and check it's working fine
Yeah, that's good. Now go back while it is running. No. Come back again.
or
Increase the time to 15 seconds or 10 seconds. Yeah, now go to the counter page and refresh once, refresh it, refresh the page. Now go back to home page.
okay home page.
Yes, now go to the counter again. So what we want to implement is it should be paused from where it left.
Okay, yeah.
So how can we do that?
We can store the last result from in the local storage, and we'll get when we around the page. Should I implement that? I have
Yeah,
the working environment.
yeah, it's okay. Like we can use local storage. Apart from
Yeah.
local storage, anything can we use?
We can use session storage और local storage कर सकते हैं इसके अलावा refresh पे भी it should be
No, on refresh it can start from zero.
okay on the refresh it can start from zero but
Only when we
if
are
we
navigating.
okay then we can just uplift the state uh, and we don't have to
Yes,
we'll have to return if yeah, this one will be removed because we don't have to clear the template.
yes, that is
Or
correct.
okay, so it yeah,
Yeah, just tell.
sorry.
Yeah, you are telling something. Yes, right.
Yeah, I was saying it was we can just uplift the state and whenever we can take the state
Yeah,
as
you
a
can do
prop.
that. Yeah, do it.
Okay. I think so. Count is missing. It should be the status of the phone.
From where it is giving the error?
It's coming from here. Mm, and if I go ahead here, then I'm taking it as off.
What is the error?
I think it's VS Code, so I don't think it's
Oh, you can ignore that. It does not matter. Okay, that is prop types error.
okay.
We
But
need it is.
it shouldn't be there because I
Uh,
haven't implemented
it's
it's not.
okay. You can ignore it. It
Okay.
will work.
Okay, so I will just one second. Let's stop it at 10. Wait for some time.
Yes. Now go to counter again. So
It's starting
it
from
once it is completed, then it should start from zero again.
okay. If it is completed, then it should start from zero again.
Yeah.
Where is that? Yeah. I can take it as a constant. Const, uh, yeah. Variable to,
You can go back and it should pause. Now it should start from 7. Go there. Yeah, 6, 7. That's correct. Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you want me to show 10 or not? That I can do.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. That was
Yeah.
good. Can you explain me this first use effect? Why you have written this? Line number
Okay,
16.
this
Can you
one.
explain? Yeah. Line number 16. Returning
16.
something.
Okay. Returning. So it is just the cleanup function that we can use in the use effect. It refers to the on sorry before unmount state of the component before unmount, or its name is something
Yeah.
on before unmount. Yeah.
Yeah. Component will unmount something like that.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So it will trigger just before that,
yeah.
and it is used to clear all the side effects that are there in the
Yeah.
use effect.
What will happen if you don't do that?
Okay, if I don't do that,
Yes.
basically new interval will be registered every time,
Hmm.
and the previous ones will also be there. So it's not a good practice.
Yeah. Is it only
But
not a
yeah,
good
but
practice?
it will work fine. Will work fine because okay, that I need to check because I'm taking the reference of the ID. Okay, so okay, yeah, multiple use effects will be triggered. Then yeah, all of them will be calling this callback, and the values will be changed multiple times. That will hamper the working also.
Yeah. You can remove comment out that and let's check what happens. Like, just
For the first time, it will work fine, but once
uh,
the unmounting and mounting happens,
yeah. So
Start the refresh.
Yeah, now can you go back? Go back and come back again. Yeah,
So it is
yeah, yeah.
behaving. Yeah,
Yeah, so go back again and come back again.
it will be three
Two, three
times.
times. Do it two, three
Yeah,
times. Yeah, yeah, so that's true. Okay, can you zoom your browser also so that zoom it, just control plus 200 times, or yeah, that's now go back, go to the counter again. Yeah, so now it is increasing beyond 10 also.
yeah.
How is it possible?
So beyond. Okay. Okay. So I've because yeah, it is. As far as I can think of is that it is because of the batched updates
Hmm. Okay.
in React. So multiple callbacks are changing the state simultaneously.
Hmm.
So React, what will React do is that it will batch multiple updates, and
Yeah,
it will then change the state. And in that case,
it
the
is.
this part condition, the 10 value condition is not getting
Yeah,
hit.
so how can you fix that? Just like without, if I ask you to not uncomment that code, return
Mm,
code, how can you
mm.
fix it?
Okay, account zero. I think okay. Um, I can if I can just put a simple check if it is greater than.
Yes, that's true. Now you can check it. It should not go beyond this. Refresh it. Yeah, yeah. Even without refreshing it, it went to,
Yeah,
yeah. So now, so what was happening when it was exact equal to 10?
yeah,
Then in that case, in some update cycle, it skipped that 10 number
yeah,
because of
yeah.
multiple state updates.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen. Your interview is over. So, how do you feel about the interview?
I feel really good.
Okay, how many points will you give to yourself for this interview?
I think I've done the most of the part.
Yeah,
So around 8, 9.
yeah, I will give you 9. Okay,
Mm.
and you will be selected for this interview. You did really
Okay.
well. You understand the concepts, fundamentals, everything very well. You are able to explain also. You are able to code. So that is the best thing. And there is nothing that I can think of giving you feedback. It is just that if you can speak little louder,
Okay. Yeah.
because, and also I think there is some issue with your mic. It is not
Yeah,
issue
my
like
yeah.
mic is
It is. Yeah.
uh,
I should have
uh,
kept this
uh,
like this. Then it would
uh,
have been clearer. Yeah.
yeah. So that is the only feedback that I want to give, and everything else is very good. What did you learn from this interview?
Okay. I did learn the first thing, the core of the JavaScript, that is objects, and I think the descriptors and all of that was uh,
Mm,
one of the things that I think is
yeah,
something I got refreshed, and yeah, now I'll not forget that
yeah,
in future, because now I've used it in
mm,
reality. I've read about it in past, but I didn't ever use it
mm,
in the code. So now, because of this interview, I've done that part also. So I think it will
Yeah.
fit in my memory.
Till now, while taking my interviews, I've not asked oops concept to anyone because not everyone knows those
Okay.
things. People ignore it because we don't use it directly in while writing React or something.
Yeah,
So
but fundamentally, I guess it helps a lot while you are writing code at higher, at large scales. You need to debug some issues because because of some silly mistakes,
yeah,
either you have written or your colleague has written.
yeah,
But to be able to find it, you need to know the core concepts, the basic fundamentals, how the JavaScript works.
yes,
Then only, I guess. Yeah.
hmm. Yes, and like React also used to be object oriented when it was class
Yeah.
based. Now it
Yeah.
is all functional components. So all other libraries that we use, like right now also the React code itself, it uses those things, class based concepts, oops, these keywords. So like everyone should learn, otherwise people whenever they
Yeah.
hear the name class they will get insecure that I will not be able to understand it. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
once you understand the basic, that the objects, I guess, objects and prototype, that is more important. And other the class wali thing is just to make everyone uh, make it familiar, like other programming languages do, the object oriented way. It's just
yes,
that. And if you know that, one thing that I learned today, that class is nothing but a function behind the scenes. Yeah.
yeah,
These things, if you think, are very basic in JavaScript, but yeah, they help a lot.
yeah. Okay, so you have any questions for me?
uh, Not really. You have given me the feedback, but I've seen your interviews, and I think I did learn many things from that. That's
Okay,
right.
that's great. Okay, now people will watch your interview also and they will learn many things from this and they will come and
Hope
give the
so.
interview. Yeah. Okay, it's nice taking your interview, Harsh. Okay,
It's
bye.
nice giving to you the
Yeah.
interview. Okay. Bye bye.
If you like this video, then you will definitely like this video, which is coming right here. And if you want to take your front-end skills to the next level, then check out my complete front-end development course, free of cost. I have provided its link in the video's description. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye-bye.